Hi guys, today's video is going to be all about nail care. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite nail products as well as some of my very favorite nail polish brands. I'm not going to really pick out my favorite colors because I really have a lot, but I just pulled a few, or like one of each brand that I really like. But first I just really wanted to kind of tell you guys, I'm really not an expert on anything really, but especially taking care of nails. I've always been kind of into nail polish, but as far as taking care of my natural nails go, I always had really bad ones. I know that it sounds kind of dramatic, but I've always had this bad habit of picking my cuticles. Not so much biting, but just picking and stuff, and I've done that ever since I was little. They looked horrible all the time. It was really embarrassing, and it's just one of those nervous habits that it was just so hard to break. And so, I found myself getting acrylics a lot because those kind of prevented me from picking because they were very thick. So, I've really been proud of myself. For the past 2 months, I have not picked them. I haven't done anything, so I'm so proud of myself. It's the longest that I've ever gone without doing that. I think I've kind of discovered what has helped me do that, definitely, and some great products that I've been using. So first, I just want to share with you, I think that the main key in preventing, those types of nervous habits and is basically just to take care of the dry skin. I found that what I would do is if I ever felt dry skin, I would just start picking it. So I keep my skin very moisturized, my cuticles and my hands. And the very best product, my nails look really bad. I know it's so ironic because it's a nail video, but I painted them very sloppily, is the solar oil. And that is by Creative Nail Design. This is a smaller bottle. I believe that they have larger bottles as well. I've only had this size though. And you can see I've used quite a little bit of it. I've had it for a few months. I haven't used it every day or anything. I've really just started using it every day recently. It's amazing stuff. I bought this when I had acrylics because they use this at my nail salon. I found that when it started looking dry, I could paint this on and it would look good. But I love this if you have natural nails. Just because you paint it right on the cuticles, you massage it in. It's very good stuff. At night I use something a little more rich, and that's the Lush Lemony Flutter. I got this for free, some kind of promotion they were doing. It's very thick, and I just put that around my nails at night, around my cuticles, and it really does an excellent job of moisturizing. So I think that's kind of honestly what has kept me from my little nervous habit. If I ever file my nails, or if I ever cut them down, I always use a flat clipper. Yes, a lot of clippers are inverted, so that the tips are kind of longer. And I think they do that just so that you can kind of create like a rounded shape. I find that if you ever do that, you really have to hold it at an angle, because if you do it like this, it can kind of pierce, that little edge can pierce in, and then it could cause splitting later. I just like this flat one. This one's by Revlon. You can get it at the drugstore. And then I'll file them. I really don't clip them very often. This is the longest, don't look too closely, that I ever like them to get. I don't really use a metal nail file or a paper nail file, or not paper, but one that looks kind of sandpapery. I like this one. It's like a stone nail file. It's by Lacrosse. It has a rough side and a smooth side. I've had this for 2 years, and it's the only nail file that I'll ever use. And I really like it. Most nail files give me chills. That one doesn't for some reason. And then one of these buffers is great to have. This one's by Revlon. It has, the different sides, if you have any kind of unevenness or anything. I don't use that too often, but it's definitely a good little thing to have. For cuticles, I like to use, my Creative Nail Design Cuticle Eraser. I use this probably once a week, once every 2 weeks. It's basically an alpha hydroxy cream, and it really works to soften the driest skin. If you've got any, that's clinging onto your actual nail, it will help to lift that, and it will either kind of just, when you push it back, it'll just kind of, disconnect and just rub away, or it'll, kind of pile up on whatever you're using to, to push. Or it'll just kind of soften everything and just make it go back really well. And I really like that. I'll put just a little dot on each one of my cuticles. I like to leave it kind of thick and rub it in and let it sit for at least 5 minutes. Then I go back. You can use one of those orange sticks. You can use anything. I like to use this metal thing. I have no idea where this came from. I don't think I bought it. I don't know if I took it from my mom or from somebody. I don't know who I got this from. I've had it for years. It's just a little thingy. It has a little rounded end, and that's what I use to push with. Then, this is my little secret. I will take the MAC Microfine Skinner Finisher. It's in my shower, so I didn't really get that, but I will use that all over my hands, and I will massage that into my cuticles, and it will kind of almost exfoliate away that excess little sharp, you know, when you push your cuticles back, they're sticking up kind of high. Takes care of that. And then if I have anything left over, I'll take a little cuticle nipper. I wouldn't really recommend going in and clipping all your cuticles away. That can get kind of addictive, and you can take away way too much. And so I just use this if I have any skin or if I have any excess cuticle that will not rub off. Okay, as for actual products, I'm doing pretty good with my time, I guess. I don't know. Let me talk about a few top coats and things I think are essential. Sachet Vite is something that I never really had considered using. I always had an awesome top coat that I use. Please read my blog post about this, because I'm just going to say everything that I said all over again. Anyways, this is Sachet Vite. It's a fast drying top coat. It's very thick. It's very different than most top coats you paint it on when your nails are kind of damp. The consistency is what makes it different. It's very thick, and it just kind of bonds with that nail polish and kind of just creates an even surface, and it dries really quickly. But the Sally Hansen Mega Shine, or Hansen, is exactly the same. I think it's better. I think that it provides more shine. The consistency of both is exactly the same. I think this might dry a little faster. It's a little shinier. It stays shinier longer. And I think that it holds up the integrity of the finish of the nail polish. I found that when I've used this on formulas that are more frosted, like I use this on a really frosted blue, it almost, like, later, kind of, it sinks in, you know, they kind of combines with the nail polish when you apply it over damp nail polish, and it almost took away the shimmer of the nail polish. I don't know if that makes sense. I noticed that on another frost formula. I painted another nail with this, and it didn't do that, so I don't know. But both are very, very good. I know that it sounds like I don't like the Sachet Vite, but I really, really do. It's amazing stuff. It's just that this is even better. So, the Sachet Base, this is the one that's ridge filling. Amazing. Okay, nothing, if you have serious like ridges or unevenness, is going to really fill it in. I mean, granted, if you have like really thick ridges or deep ridges and your nail surface is very, very uneven, this is not going to make it like glass or anything. But it does really do a great job of providing a good base. I always thought base coats were an absolute joke. All the ones that I'd ever used, I have the OPI one that has a pink tint to it. I have used this. This is the Orly Bhandar. It's supposed to have like rubber in it or something. This smells so bad after it dries that I can't even, it like makes me gag. I just never found them to do anything special. This one is awesome. I don't know if it's my imagination or what, but it really feels like it makes my nail polish go on smoother, and I don't notice any chipping, and that's using the same base coat that I've always used, that I kind of sometimes have chipping issues if I wear it a long time. I find that I can use this, plus this as a top coat, and it's perfect. Same with the Sachet Vite. This one just has the issues I mentioned before. Okay, so about specific nail polish brands that I like. Obviously, there are popular brands that everyone is like, OPI, China Glaze, blah, blah, blah. Yes, those are great. Those are awesome. I like those too. I also really like Essie. A lot of my OPI, the newer ones, I have an embarrassingly large amount of OPI colors. I started collecting them when I was in high school. But I do love OPI. This is the shade I'm wearing right now. I only did one coat. I was in a hurry. I didn't even apply a top coat or anything, so this looks horrible. But this is one of my favorite colors. It's Lure Me Not. And I really like this. China Glaze is really good too. I have quite a few of these now. This is Showered Together. This is probably my favorite shade. I used this the other day, but I haven't made a blog post on it yet. I will paint my nails soon and post the swatches to my blog like I usually do. The whole formula issue with China Glaze, I really haven't ever had a serious issue with any of them. I've always found them to be pretty good. With those, the colors are pretty true as well to what they look like in the thing. Essie is a favorite of mine, has been a very, very long time favorite of mine. This is Exposure. My very favorite shade is Forget Me Nots. I don't think they have it anymore. I have about a quarter of a bottle left. It's like this, but it's It's like a perfect pink. Anyways, Essie is very good. I've also discovered a brand called LA Girl. They sell this at Forever 21, and if you have a pink heart accessories in your mall, I have that in one of our malls, and I found them there as well. These run about $2, and this one's called Psychedelic. No, it's not. It's called Retro, and it's really, really pretty. This is an amazing color. I cannot wait to paint my nails with this. I haven't used it. It's like a bluish purple glitter. About MAC nail polishes, I've also kind of spoken my piece about that in my blog as well. I like them. You just have to apply 3 coats of them normally for them to do anything. I think that, you know, with me, I want the color to look exactly like it is in the bottle. So for a lot of these, I have to do 3 coats. Because I hate applying thick coats, because I find that your nail polish will last so much longer if you build coats in thin layers. So that's what drives me crazy about MAC. As far as removing my nail polish, yes, that can get quite drying, especially if you do it a lot. So I really like the Cutex Nourishing. This is just plain old, you know, regular, whatever. You can use any kind of nail polish remover. I mean, it doesn't matter, no. But I find that this really does the job really, really great. And this is funny. I've been using these Sephora by OPI nail pads. I got these by accident. I was placing an order. I think I had to add like $3 more or $2 more to my cart to qualify for free shipping. So I looked and looked for just cheap items. And I saw these. I believe they were like $3, $2 or $3, however much I needed for free shipping. And I thought that these were those little, you know, nail polish remover wipes. But they're just little pads. There are a ton of these. I believe there's 150. They're just little, thin, kind of rough pads. You put your nail polish remover on them, and the texture gets your nail polish off so, so quickly. I think it just varies by nail polish. Some of them are much tougher, much more stubborn to get off. So sometimes I have to use 2. But if, I mean, you get 150 of them, they're cheap. Use 2 or 3, you know. They're really, really cool, I think. But that or just a plain old cotton ball or cotton pad will work. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye. I always thought base jokes were an absolute base jokes.